Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming. I'm your host Richard, and today we are here with another Pokemon TCGO video. Today we're going to be looking at a deck centralizing around the cards Yveltal EX and Hydreigon EX, both of the Phantom Forces Hydreigon and the Legendary Treasures, or Dragons Exalted as well. It was printed in the originally one. But let's take a look at this deck here. So, of course, we've got Yveltal EX. I'm going to show the full art one because it's prettier. So we got Yveltal EX, of course, everybody knows this card. It's got Evil Ball, 20 plus 20 for each energy attached to both Yveltal EX and your opponent's defending Pokemon. And then Y Cyclone does 90 damage, and you get to move an energy to one of your bench Pokemon. That one we're not too concerned about. Though it's a lot easier to use in this deck because of the card Hydreigon. Hydreigon's mostly in here for its ability, Dark Trance. As often as you like during your turn before you attack, you can move a dark energy attached to one of your Pokemon and move it to another one of your Pokemon. So if you did Y Cyclone and you need that energy next turn, you can move it back. Or if you want a new Pokemon up and attacking, you can move all the energy from the old Pokemon to the new one. And that's basically how Hydreigon works. And this deck's been around for quite a while. Like I said, originally this Hydreigon came out in Dragons Exalted. It was originally used more with Darkrai, but now Yveltal is a big dark type attacker. So that's kind of what we do here. For the Hydreigon line, I did a 3-2-3 line. Before I go over that though, let's take a look at this Hydreigon, because this is the Hydreigon from Phantom Forces. I only run one of this kind in here, and this one has the Dark Impulse ability, and what that does is once during your turn before you attack, you can attach a Dark Energy from your discard pile to one of your active Pokemon. So, the reason why I only run one of these and two of the other is because this one can only attach to the active. Now, once you do that, you can go and hopefully, or not hopefully, but for the most part, you'll have this Hydreigon up first and the other one up second. So that second one can come up later in the game once you start getting discarded energies and start bringing them back, and then this one can move them to where you actually want them at. So that's kind of why they work together and why they kind of both have to be in a deck together. This one could be by itself, whereas the other one more so, this one, the Dark Impulse Hydreigon, kind of has to be with the other one. It can work by itself, but I don't think it's as strong as it could be with the other one. Now, for the evolutionary line, I do run a 3-2-3. Currently, I have this Dano in there. I'd probably run the Legendary Treasures Dano that has 60 HP, and then a Deep Growl for its attack. But you don't want to attack, it's just for more HP on that basic. So I'd probably go for the 60 HP Dano. And then I would run two of this Wireless, but for some reason I only have one of them. So this is just a 90 HP Wireless. The other one does as well, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. They're both essentially the same card, just different attacks, different weaknesses, all that nonsense. But yeah, so a 3-2-3, 3 Dano, 2 Wireless, 3 Hydreigon. And then I run 3 Yveltal EX. And we have 2 of the normal Yveltal, just to start off the game with the Oblivion Wing. And then we have a Darkrai to use the Retreat, and Darkrai can also be a late game attacker as well. If there's some Pokemon on the bench that can be picked off with Night Spear, works really well because you can just move everything over to Darkrai and he's ready to go. And then for some other backup Pokemon, we have Virizion. Since we're going to be running Rainbow Energy in here, we can take advantage of Verdant Wind so we can't get poisoned. We also have Mewtwo in here, because Mewtwo is just a good idea in general if you have either double colorless energy or a way to easily power Pokemon up like the Dark Trance or the Fairy Transfer, that's what it's called for Aromatisse, where you just get X Ball powered up and then you have a different type of attacker than Yveltal. And then we also have a Suicune. Suicune is in here just to kind of block EXs, as well as if Suicune has a Muscle Band, it can one-shot Landorus EX, which is a huge deal in the game right now. So you can just easily power up Suicune, Aurora Beam, knockout, one hit. So those are our Pokemon in the deck. Aside from that, of course, I've talked about the Rainbow Energy already. This can also be moved by Hydreigon's Dark Transfer. It cannot be picked up with the Dark Aura out of the discard. It can only be moved because it only counts as Dark-type energy when it's in play. So we have 4 of those and then 8 of the Darkness Energies, because that's how the deck runs. But then other than that, we have our Dowsing Machine. Dowsing Machine's just usually with these Hydreigon, Darkrai, Dark-type decks in general, rather run Dowsing Machine over Computer Search for the most part, because they rely a lot more on item cards. Like, we have 1 Escape Rope, just in case Darkrai's not out and we want somebody else on we want somebody else on their side active. You can play Escape Rope. I have 3 Max Potion in here because you can use that Dark Transfer, move the energy around, heal yourself, move them all back, ready to go. That same kind of idea as the Fairy Transfer deck. We have 2 Rare Candies for the Hydreigon. Only 2 because you don't want to rely too much on Rare Candy with like Seismitoad being around now, that kind of stuff. We have, I believe, yes, 2 Starling Megaphone because you could only run 1 if you wanted to. This deck doesn't necessarily need its abilities to work, but it's a little annoying because that's kind of what we're trying to do with this deck. So, Friggar Boater, and then just other things like G-Boosters you don't want around, that kind of stuff. So 2 Starling Megaphones, 1 Switch card, 3 Ultra Balls, and then for supporters I have 2 Colress, 2 Lysander, 4 Ns, get out of here, N, 4 Professor Sycamore, 2 Skyless to search for those Max Potions or Rare Candies or whatever we need, 2 Shadow Circles, get rid of that weakness to Electricity for Yveltal and Fighting for Darkrai, and even Dragon and Fairy for Hydreigon, if you want to go that route. And then we have 2 Muscle Bands for our tools, and that is everything. And just so you guys know, as with all decks that I show on this channel, excuse me, this is not the only way to make this deck. This is just the way I like running it, and even going over this list with you guys, I saw some things that I'd probably change. Like, I don't think we need 2 Starling Megaphones. It's nice, but I don't think we need it. We probably don't need that Switch card. What else did I see as I was going through here? Probably 1 less Skyla. Shadow Circle's not that big of a deal anymore. Just that kind of stuff. Maybe more Muscle Bands. You could run another Max Potion, another Darkrai even. So yeah, it's really up to you guys how you feel works with you. So what I suggest is try out the deck as much as possible. See what you think can be changed and then change it. I know sometimes, excuse me, it's kind of hard. That's the whole sentence I'm trying to have. Sometimes it's kind of hard. There we go. To speak English, apparently. But to really tell how the deck's working on Pokemon TCGO, just because, honestly, Pokemon TCGO is terrible at shuffling decks. I have gotten the same hand about 4 times in a row, and multiple times. It's absolutely terrible. I hate the shuffling system, but it's probably one of the cheaper ways to test out decks, because this deck's not cheap. I know just 3 Yveltals would probably run about $24, I think. The Virizion by itself, non-full art's $24. So yeah, I mean, the Hydreigons are like a couple bucks. Darkrai's maybe about 6. 2 Yveltals you probably get for $4. It's one of the more expensive decks, so it's not always plausible to try it out in real life unless you just happen to have these cards. But yeah, the shuffling on this system is absolutely terrible. I don't like it at all. And it bones you quite often. So, complaining aside, we're going to try out this deck, and I'll show you how it kind of works, and I'll get a battle for you here in just a moment. Alright guys, so we got our battle here with our Yveltal Hydreigon deck. And just so you guys know, I actually have the, we want to go first, by the way, because you want to try and get your evolutions. Evolutions aren't as big of a deal with this deck right away. That's why there's no, like, Pokemon fan club in here or anything. But it's always nice to go first, because you're usually not attacking first anyway. And we got a mulligan, so that's awesome. What I was going to say is, I actually have this deck sitting right next to me, because I'm going to be trying this deck out at a real tournament and that kind of stuff. So I want to try it on TCGO first. I've run essentially this deck for the most part for a while, but I want to try it out with the Eviltals. So we are going against a what's this guy called? Emolga and a Blastoise. So I'm going to lay down my other Eviltal, even though it's not really needed at this point. I could Juniper or Sycamore to get rid of that Darkness energy, but I want to keep that Max Potion around. So I'm just going to end, which could disrupt my opponent's strategy that they've already made out. And we did get a Dano, so I will play Dano. Unfortunately, we didn't get an energy though, so that's going to be a little bit annoying. I'm just going to end my turn. Essentially, all my opponent's going to do right now anyway is call for family, if that, since they just did play Pokemon Fan Club. Emolga's just kind of a nice start because it does have that free retreat cost, but call for family, you get to get 2 basic Pokemon. So we see a Zekrom EX, the full art. Very pretty card. Get out of the way, Zekrom. I'm trying to see what else you got. You also got Suicune. So this is another, and Pikachu too, so we're going to need Shadow Circle. But I'm just going to lay the energy on Yveltal for now. He did put a DC on that Zekrom. It's going to be scary. That thing cannot one-shot us, fortunately, unless it gets a Muscle Band. But I am going to play Muscle Band on my Yveltal and then Chorus. What was I saying? Oh, Hydreigon. Another good thing about the Hydreigon is that that it can attack things like Suicune and Pyroar, whereas Yveltal can't because it's an EX and a basic. So that's another good thing. That's why we also run a Rainbow Energy in here, so Hydreigon can get out of its attack. Either Dragon Burst or I forget what the other one is. It might be Dragon Pulse or Eerie Pulse or something like that. I don't know what the new Hydreigon's attack is. They're essentially the same thing. I think it's 130 or 120 damage. You have to discard 2 energies. So, that guy. So this is where we get into a predicament. Because now that Zekrom can knock us out, because I put 10 damage putting the Rainbow Energy on, which was a mistake on my part. I should have thought about that a little bit, but I was talking. So I'll play Skyla, and what I'm going to do with Skyla here is I'm going to grab an Ultra Ball, because we're going to have to go for some shenanigans here. I'm going to play Ultra Ball to discard the Virizion EX and the Startling Megaphone. So it doesn't look like we're going to need Virizion this battle, so I'm going to grab the Dark Transfer Hydreigon. Just kind of check and see what else is in my deck for Pokemon. Doesn't look like we're missing anything dire other than the Dark Pulse, or Dark Impulse Hydreigon. So we will have to know that is in the prize cards. So we won't be getting that anytime soon. But I will rare candy into this Hydreigon. We're going to play Switch into this Hydreigon. And then we are going to Dark Trance to get our energy up here. And as you can see, we can move our Rainbow because it counts as a Dark Energy. And we're going to attack with Evil Ball. It'll only do 60. That other Hydreigon would have knocked out, but then this Zekrom will one-shot us, which I think he's going for the Strong Bolt anyway. Yes, he is. So we are dead this turn. But he does have to discard 2 energy cards, which could be our saving grace. 300 damage. Jesus. Honestly, I probably should have actually went for... Thinking about it, I should have went for the Shadow Circle and gotten that up. But too late for that now. So, I'm going to just Lysander up the Blastoise to try and buy some time. Then I will end turn because we didn't get anything better. So there was our one mistake. We should have went for the Shadow Circle because we would have lived. And that we'd actually be setting up with this Yveltal attacking last turn. We would have knocked out Emolga if we would have went for Shadow Circle. He is going to Rapid Spin, which switches Blastoise. I think it switches us too, if I recall, which is not good because Hydreigon is going to be stuck up there now. Fortunately, I do draw Professor Sycamore, though, so I will max potion my Eviltal, so we're back to full health. And then Sycamore, hopefully for some good. No. I'm going to play Shadow Circle, get that up now. I will put a Darkness Energy on this Eviltal, and then I'm just going to end turn. Next turn, once I get the Rainbow Energy onto my Eviltal, then I'll play Escape Rope. And he's going to go for... We'll live that, won't we? No, we won't. We just don't live. He just knocks us out right on the money. So that is unfortunate, but we are we are in a good position right now. Other than the cards we have are kind of bad. Because I want to play a Sycamore, but that would get rid of our last Dark Transfer, Hydreigon. And that's probably another thing I should add in here is a Sacred Ash. I could get rid of, what was I thinking of? Starly Megaphone for Sacred Ash, so we can get back our Danos and Hydreigons when they start dying, because they are kind of essential to this deck. I keep saying they're not, and then I keep saying they are. It just helps this deck run a lot more. He might think he's going to knock us out, but he's not. With that strong, whatever this thing's called, Strongbolt. He's going for Glinting Claw, knowing he can't knock us out, which that will only do 50, so we'll be able to knock out this Zekrom and a rare candy. Thank you. Thank you, I don't need that right now. So we'll just take out Zekrom since he's the big problem right now. He'll probably throw up Suicune just to buy some time, and we get our last Hydreigon in a Rainbow Energy. Unfortunately. So we definitely can't Sycamore right now, because we need to start getting back stuff. He goes into Mega Blastoise. I will play Suicune. And let me think here. So U-Ball's doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. That's not enough. That is not enough. So I'm just going to Escape Rope. He'll probably bring up Blastoise now. Mega Blastoise. Does 30 to your opponent's... Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. He does bring up Raichu just for that free retreat cost. I am going to attach the Rainbow to Suicune. Which... Yeah, I think we're good with that. And I'm actually going to bring up the Blastoise. Oh, Blastoise couldn't have... Okay, well... Shoot, now that I think about it. Blastoise needs 2 more water energies to attack. Let's bring him up now. Just so he's stuck up here. And if he wants to attach an energy to that Blastoise, we'll be doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Wait. 20, 40, 60, 80. 100, 120, 140. 160. I'm doing some math wrong. We won't be doing enough to knock him out anytime soon. He does get another water. Huh. We're gonna have to pull something out of somewhere on this one. Because that Mega Blastoise is getting scary. So we do get another Eviltal, so we'll play him. And at this point, I think Hydreigon is out the window. So we're just gonna discard everything we have left for Hydreigon. And go for energies at this point. Okay, so we do... Now we get a Dano. He does have a Muscle Band on Raichu. I might want to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Do that. Do I have a switch or just Escape Rope in here? I do have a switch in there. So I'm going to go for the switch, getting rid of Dano and Ultra Ball. Although I could have Ultra Balled for Darkrai. You know, you live and learn, so I'll play Switch to get my Eviltal up there. Attach a Darkness Energy to my Eviltal, and then we'll just attack for the big Evil Ball. Only does 180, but it does put Blastoise in a nice range, where, yeah, he's gonna take me out this turn. That's awesome. But we're gonna put Suicune up front. Suicune should be safe for a while, and while we start building up our other Eviltal, Ultra Ball, to take out this Blastoise. And that'll be a big hit because a lot of his energy is there. A lot of it. He's gonna grab Voltorb, okay. Some late gaming Electrode. So he does 0 to the Suicune, does do 30 to my Evoltal. So we're going to have to watch that because he's going to be able to keep hitting that Evoltal on the bench, unfortunately. He's down to 1 prize. So I'm going to save that Max Potion. I probably actually should have played it. Yeah, let's do it. Take back my energy, play the Max Potion just to save that Evoltal for a little longer. And then we'll play the energy. And then we'll play N. Getting my opponent down to 1, getting us up to 4. So then I can play Darkrai. Muscle Band on Evoltal. I should have saved that, but you know. You don't always have to think about things. The only reason I shouldn't have played that is because my opponent might have Starling Megaphone, which would make me kind of useless at that point. So Hydro Bombard is going to hit both of my guys. And I do get a Chorus, so I'm going to Max Potion my Darkrai, so he's nice and clean. Then I'll play Chorus for 6 cards, do get the energy for my Evoltal. And since Suicune has Darkness Energy, it can retreat using Darkrai's ability. Bring up Evoltal, play this Evoltal. Actually, don't play that Evoltal, that'd be dumb. Because there's no reason to play it, so I'm not going to play it. And X-Ball will knock out this Blastoise, doing 180 damage. And now he's down to only having that Suicune have energy on it. Honestly, we can put out our Evoltal next turn and start hitting it and getting energy back for our Suicune. So I'll play energy on the Evoltal. I will retreat into the Evoltal. Check to see how much dark energy we have in our discards, just to make sure we're not wasting. So we got 3. Get about 3. Play Mewtwo for now. Then I'll attack with Oblivion Wing. Only does 30, but we do get that Darkness Energy, and I think I'll start powering up Suicune. Because actually Suicune can come in and knock out this next turn. So that will work very nice for us. This Suicune will get off in Aurora Beam, but again, it's not going to be knocking us out. Even with the Muscle Band, it'll only do 90, while our Evoltal has 130 HP. So we should be set on this front. He is going to switch into Voltorb, trying to maybe get some damage off on us first, which even then Voltorb does 50, and Suicune's attack still isn't enough to knock us out. I have no reason to play N because he has no cards in his hand, so I'd just be giving him 1. But even still. And Voltorb won't even get knocked out by Oblivion Wing, so I am just going to use it. Does 30, and I get energy. Come on, energy. Put that on Suicune, so Suicune is ready to go, ready to attack. So if we get a Lysander, we can Lysander up his Suicune and kill it. He's going to play a Mountain Ring. Okay, I have a Shadow Circle to counter that, so there you go. Have that. Add a Darkness Energy to Mewtwo, and then just attack from another Oblivion Wing. Now Voltorb's ability will go off, which will possibly hurt us, but he does have to get a Heads, I believe. It's like, if you get Heads, it does 50 or something. But we get Tails, so we take no damage from Voltorb. Anyway, and this game's all but over. Now that Suicune has to come up, it is going to take an Aurora Beam from our Suicune. Okay, he's going to play Pokemon Center Lady. Pokemon Center Lady is one of those cards that's just annoying at best. Just because, I mean, it can come in handy, I guess. But honestly, more times than not, it's just going to be annoying. And it's not really going to help you. Kind of like in that situation, I just was able to retreat, so it wasn't a big deal. And now I'm going to win anyway. So he just prolonged it. And he does give up before we're able to knock him out. So that's going to be the game, guys. Thank you for joining us for this Evoltal Hydreigon deck. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.